Hey girls, book club girls, it's Yvette. Hey. So I am gonna give like a quick review and try to stop where Red Rising ends. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. But anyway, as none of you know, except for me and Sam, haha, the book is about Darrow, and it starts with him. He's a hell diver, which is basically like they're drilling for some sort of like oxygen, but not oxygen. I forget what it is. Helium, hexagon, whatever the heck it is. The whole thing is futuristic. It takes place very far in the future, and all of the planets have been habitated by humans, and it's all very interesting. So anyway, the Helldivers, the Reds as they call them, are basically like the lowest of the low, and they're mining all of this. I'm just gonna say oxygen, okay? You guys know it's not oxygen. Oxygen so that all of the people who are actually living, and they're on Mars, so all the people who are actually living on the surface of Mars can survive. But they have been told their whole lives that they are mining all of this and trying to save enough of it so that they can start to colonize Mars and perhaps the other planets. So they are like in the dark. They have no idea that there's actually life out there, and it's, 100 million times better than the life they're living. Like there's not food shortages, and there's not, you can't sing a song otherwise you get killed, or I don't know, it's really weird. So his fast forward a little bit, his wife gets killed for singing the song, and this had all happened mainly because they were caught out in a garden somewhere. Like, they're not supposed to be in the garden. They're all supposed to be like underground and drilling and crap and not paying attention to nothing else. And so they got caught, and then they were getting whipped, like lashes, right? And then she's singing the song, and then they killed her. And basically, because of the like low gravity, whenever they go to hang somebody, that's how they kill people, there's not enough gravity to pull them, so their loved ones are invited to go up and yank on their feet to like kill them quicker so that they're not hanging there suffering for like hours. It's really horrible. So anyway, then after they kill you, you're not supposed to be buried or nothing. Like, you're supposed to like rot hanging from a rope, and your whole family has to like watch you rot for like, months, I guess, years, I don't know. So Darrow goes and takes his wife's body down to bury it, and he knows that by doing this, they're going to kill him too. And so they do, but by some miracle, like his uncle and the Red Rising, what was it? Ares, saved him, basically. And so then they turned him into like this superhuman, which is also known as a gold. And the gold people are like the highest of the hierarchy. And so like there was a whole long drawn out process. That's also illegal too. Like, you're not supposed to transform. And normally, like, when people try to do anything like this, they die in the process. So then he does it. Like, he's like a miracle, right? Like, it worked. And so then he goes to this school, and everyone was under the impression that he's going to, I don't know why. Anyways, all sorts of things that you don't even know until you get to book 2 and 3. So I'm trying not to even talk about it. But they just assumed he was going to this school, and you have to be really smart and learn all this stuff. So he learned, he learned all this stuff and passed all these tests. And when he gets there, come to find out, it's like the first people who are pulled to go to this school, basically half of them are going to die that night because they put them in rooms together and they have to fight to the death. Like only one of them's going to come out. And some of these people were like friends with each other or like knew each other, and you know, and you had to kill the other person, otherwise you were killed. So the whole thing is like, you know, in this society is supposed to be like so great. They're the golds, and they're like barbaric. I mean, that's how I saw it. And you know, all these different classes of people, sometimes it kind of like really upset me, you know, because they're talking about pinks, and then pinks are actually, I don't know. I mean, were they like born to be prostitutes? Is that what it is? Because they're like the beautiful people, and but they can't ever, you know, they don't decide who they're with. They're basically bought and sold like a thing, and you know, so people own them. The obsidians, like they're the golds, like own them, and then there's other colors, you know, browns and grays and blah, blah, blah. And some of them, oh, they're like really good at math, or they know how to fly ships really awesome like. And I don't know. So there's like all this kind of thing. I mean, it could upset you, but I mean, it's pretty similar to like the way we do some things. I mean, we don't, anyway, I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like, I kept going to, do I appreciate this? Do I not appreciate it? Do I like this? But while they're in the institute, which, you know, the half that made it, you know, then they're further broken down into like these houses, and they're supposed to try to win or whatever. And there's like a Mount Olympus, and there's, it's just interesting the things that the author picked to incorporate into the story. And he was really good at just developing these friendships, and even developing these rivalries between people, and you know, decisions that you have to make as you go along. Like, am I going to be this kind of person? Am I going to be that kind of person? How do I lead? And how does he know how to lead? Like, how does Darrow know how to lead? How does anybody there know how to lead? Like, they have no, especially Darrow, because, you know, he was a red. He was like, you know, the only thing that was really good about him that probably gave him that was just his oomph, you know, or whatever, his in his head, he just did things, you know, like he didn't worry about consequences, or he didn't, you know, sometimes he was like a rule breaker, and sometimes you have to do that. So by the time the book ended, I was ready for more, and I knew I was going to read the whole trilogy. I had only bought the first book at first, because I wasn't really sure, like with anything, especially since Sam picked it. Just kidding. No, I just wasn't sure. And then as soon as I finished that first book, I was like, I know I'm going to read the whole thing. And then you just have to kind of go, gosh, I sure hope that the momentum keeps up, because, you know, this is kind of like, and the thing is that was it a war book? Was it not a war book? I mean, basically you know, the way they were like going to war, because they had, you know, they had to like overcome all of this stuff. And how do you do that, you know, without it being war? I mean, and I don't really even usually like war books or fighting books or you know, that kind of thing. But the book was just, it drew you in, it kept you in there. And I do admit that sometimes the fight sequences and stuff like that, I had to kind of skip forward a little bit, just because I sometimes have a hard time spatially imagining what it is I'm reading and putting it into like what, you know, so I do need to, like, in that sort of situation, kind of skip around a little bit and see what's going on. But I was very easily able to do that. And I just don't think that a lot of people really write that kind of book well. And I thought this guy really did. So if you guys haven't read the books, or even the first book, right? I do recommend it. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. And to be honest with you guys, book 2 and book 3 blew book 1 out of the water. I mean, book 1 was awesome, but book 2 and book 3, I mean, you guys keep going. It's the whole story is really good. And then I heard that there's actually going to be a 4th book coming out. And I didn't know about that until I saw that Sam put it in her list for Goodreads. So thanks, Sam. Can't wait till that comes out. I want to see what's going to happen after. And anyway, I guess that's all I'm going to say. I don't really, I mean, I almost feel like all I did was kind of tell the book instead of like critique it. But I don't really know exactly how to critique it, except that it was unexpected. It was unexpected that I liked it as much as I did as well. And I pray to God that they do not make these books into a movie, because they're just gonna fuck it up. I'm sorry, but they will. It's just, you can't make these books into a movie. You can't. My opinion, I know, but I just feel like they can't match it. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna leave it at that, because as it is, I'm gonna have to put this on YouTube and then send it to you guys. So, anyway, I hope you guys get fat on pizza and cider and drink big old coffee at the end and think of me the whole time. And I can't wait to see your videos. Sam, I can't wait to hear what you have to say, because I know we're the only ones who read the book, and no one else has really given any indication yet whether they like it or not, even the little part that they read. So I just want to hear what you guys think. I'm super interested. You have no idea. Okay. And it's been a super long time since we had a book club, so I'm very, very excited. Oh, and I'm in the middle of reading Truly Madly Guilty? Is that what it is? By Leanne Moriarty. I can't ever say her name, but the Australian writer. I've read all her other books, and they're all really great. Anyways, I'm like at 35%, and it's like really good. Just like all her others. You guys would love it. Okay, so I've been rattling on forever. You guys are never going to eat your pizza, so bye!